Hey, I'm AnneMarie. And I feel like I've always been a messy, tomboy. So, the way I dress and my hair and the not much makeup is just, quite odd for the industry to, understand. Because I feel like I should have been wearing, long hair and dresses and all stuff like that. So that was kind of hard. When I'm off stage, I feel like this. And when I'm on stage, I feel like this. I knocked my tooth out on stage before.
You knocked your tooth out on stage?
I need to be so authentic is because when I was younger, I tried to fit in so much and I tried to be like everyone else so much that I lost myself.
Hello everyone, I'm Rudrani and welcome to Speak Easy. Today my guest is very, very special. She is right now one of the most popular and loved British pop stars. She of course had her own journey. She makes amazing songs, writes them, pours her heart out, and I know you love her. I'm talking about, of course, the fantastic AnneMarie. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you?
I am fantastic. Now that I'm with you, I think it'd be great.
Me too.
Welcome to India.
Thank you.
It is exciting. Like I said, I think all the paparazzi that met at the airport and you were cutely waving at them, they were very excited, to see that you were here. So, but tell me, how is it to finally be here, to be performing at Supersonic India, connecting to all your Indian fans who've been making those reels at all your songs?
It feels amazing. I honestly never thought, as a human being, I never thought that I'd be able to come to India. So being able to come and for everyone to be so supportive, I'm just so blessed because I'm having the time of my life. Can't wait to perform. Can't wait to meet everyone. Like you said, it's like connecting with people. And I feel like thank you to the internet, we've been able to stay in contact that way. But actually being here and being in person with people, that's the most special thing,
Tell me, what songs have you planned for Supersonic India? Some fan favorites, I'm sure. Some of your favorites.
Yes.
But before you answer that, I also want you to tell me the story behind some of the songs, like how you created them and why you created them.
So the set, I think, is about an hour long. So we have enough time to fit the old ones and the new ones in, which is perfect. And I feel like because my songs are very real to me and they're just my life and what I go through in life with my heartbreak and therapy and everything that I go through, it's going to be a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So I'm hoping that everyone just joins me on it and lets go and has fun, dances, sings, but also feels it. And I hope that everyone feels safe, in a safe space where they're not being judged and can just let go, because that's how I feel when I'm on stage with everyone. So that's hopefully how people are going to feel. The songs that I'm going to do, I've got Friends, I've got 2002, Rockabye, and then new ones. It's actually going to be the first time I'll ever perform Sad Bitch, so I have never performed that before, so it's a bit scary doing it at a big festival. But yeah, all of my processes for my songs all start from a real life experience. So it is very real to me and emotional. So hopefully people can feel that and know that I'm speaking about real life, because I can't just make stuff up.
Yeah.
I feel like when I write, I can't say something that hasn't happened. So it is like my diary. Everyone's just reading my diary.
But I think that's exactly why they connect to you. And, I think you put a part of your life into what you do and they see that you're being real.
Good.
But, how have you managed to stay authentic though? Talking about Speak Your Mind, the kind of thoughts that you put in there, most of the songs, like you rightly said, are extremely intimate and personal. I think it's difficult.
Yeah, I think in music, to me, there's no other way I can do it. Whatever I am feeling in my personal life is what I put into my songs. Because otherwise I'll just be on stage singing about something I don't care about, and then it becomes not enjoyable. So that's the only way I can do it. I think the honesty in the songs comes from people that I grew up listening to. I think because music helped me so much. Christina Aguilera, she had a song Beautiful. She made me feel beautiful. There's other songs like Pink and everyone. They were writing songs that were making me feel better. So I feel like now it's my time to give people a song that makes them feel better. Because like that's the beauty of music. But then also I think because the reason why I need to be so authentic is because when I was younger, I tried to fit in so much and I tried to be like everyone else so much that I lost myself. So I think after experiencing that, I can't ever blend in again. Do you know what I mean? I can never not be myself again because it was a horrible thing trying to fit in with people. And now I know that I'm loud and I'm hyperactive and crazy, and that's just how I'm going to be.
I think we love you the way you are.
Good.
And there's no better way to be.
Yeah.
I mean, you're you. Mm-hmm. I think at some point you must have felt bullied for you to sort of put that in your songs and to say that, you know what, stay true to who you are. Did that happen to you?
Yeah.
And of course, you know, your mental health journey, and you spoke about how anxiety triggers you and it affects your writing process.
Yeah,
Tell me about that.
I think I've had anxiety from a young age, but I just never knew what it was. I just thought I was a little bit weird. I didn't understand my brain. And that's also another thing why I speak about it so much, how I speak so openly about my brain, because I feel like mental health is scary because it's like, first of all, the word mental health is like, whoa, what does that mean? Is there something wrong with us? No, it's just our brains. Like, it's our brain, and we have so many thoughts a day, and some are hard things to deal with, some are easy. So it's just, I think because I've gone through that, I need to speak about it because I never used to speak about it, and I held it all in. And I was trapped for so long of being mute and silent about it. And then as soon as I started talking about it, my life got easier. So if I can talk about it, hopefully it will make other people feel comfortable in just understanding that we all have a brain and we all need to speak about what's in our brain. Yeah. And then we'll all feel a bit better.
Rightly put. but like I said, did you, when you were telling me about, you did feel bullied. How did that sort of change you? Because I feel all that experiences adds to the person who's sitting in front of me today.
There has been many times, because I had a tough time in school, and when I looked back at school, I always used to be like, I wish I could relive school again, because I'd change it all and I'd do that differently and I would make different friends and I wouldn't try and fit in and all this stuff. But then after processing that, I realised that I wouldn't be who I am without going through that experience. And it was painful and it was sad and it was scary going to school, but I now have the ability of being able to write songs and being able to write about it and speak to people about it. And if I hadn't have gone through that, I wouldn't be who I am. So I think for me, it's understanding that when you feel pain and when you feel all of those bad stuff, you have to change it to be a stronger person, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, taking that route of questioning again, and I also feel that a lot of your songs, like I was discussing earlier before the interview started, I feel like a lot of young women, a lot of us can relate to what you're writing, you know, at some point or the other, and specifically the song they read about relationships and how you were dealing with them. I feel like that also comes from a very personal space, right? Yeah. It almost feels like you've won them. You're giving them a reminder, like a cautionary tale, you know? Isn't that how it is?
Yeah, I think for so long I had people being horrible to me, whether it was in relationships or whatever, and I never said anything. I just held it all in and just was like, fine, let's just move on. And I didn't, you know, go through it in the right way. So when I write songs about it, it's like that's my outlet, that's my anger, that's my sadness, that's my revenge. And I just write songs about everything, and I'm sure they know that it's about them as well, which feels good.
That's okay. Yeah. That's the way to be. And for the win, all the way.
Yeah.
No, I think whatever, it's an outlet, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like you're also telling the other women, well, I've been through that, so here you go.
Yeah, yeah. Right? I think whenever I write a song about heartbreak or being sad, I always have to end the song being the stronger person out of the situation. So whether people listen to rockabye or Friends or anything. It's a sad subject, but actually by the end of the song, hopefully people are like, yeah, I can get through it. I can do this, you know? That's the whole point.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're a young artist, right? You know, you of course started very young and all of that. A lot of people around you in the music industry are telling you what you should do and should not. And some are honestly unwanted advices. Which are the unwanted advices you did not take and you're superbly happy about? And look at you, you're still doing absolutely fine.
Yeah, I think when I first entered the industry, I was young and I didn't know what to expect. So straight away, I was kind of like a yes person. I was just doing everything what people expected of me, which was hard because underneath you're like, no, I want to do this, but you feel like you can't say no because you're given this opportunity. And then obviously doing pop music, it's like you're put into a kind of a corner with what you should look like, you know, what you should sing like, how you should behave. And I feel like I've always been a messy like tomboy. So like the way I dress and my hair and the not much makeup is just like quite odd for the industry to like understand because I feel like I should have been wearing, you know, long hair and dresses and all stuff like that. So that was kind of hard. And also like the direction of music, people, because they think I'm a pop star, they think, oh, you need to sing songs like that.
Only.
Yeah. So it has been like, that's been really difficult to try and like fight against that the whole time. But I finally feel like after now my third album's coming that they just know that I'm not normal.
It's okay, it's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring to be normal. It's fine.
Yeah, which is good. It feels like really freeing to be able to like write the music that is fully me and like do music videos that I love and stage production that makes sense to me. And yeah, it feels good now. But it's taken a while.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, if anyone's getting into the industry or any work, just know from the start you can say no, you know?
I think that the saying no path is difficult, but the important thing to do.
Yeah.
I think at some point or the other, every artist knows that there's a moment in your life where you feel, now I know I want to be this artist. I want to be a music artist. I want to be a pop star. I want to do something with music. What was that moment for you? And also your very early sort of influence and inspirations that sort of added to the person who you are today.
Yeah, I actually was doing musical theatre from the age of like 6. So I knew from young that I just loved singing and I love it made me feel really happy when I sang.
You were at La Misra?
Yeah, exactly. So I was doing that for a while and then I went into martial arts, I did karate and stuff like that, which was helping when I was a teenager because I was quite angry as a teenager and that was helping me get that out. And then I went to college to study music and wrote my first song and then fell in love with writing songs. So that moved me away from musical theatre because obviously in musical theatre you become a character, you have a script written for you, you sing other people's songs. And I love musical theatre, but I wanted to sing my own story. So that was in college and I knew from then I wanted to do singing, yeah.
So what has changed in this AnneMarie sitting in front of me from the girl that we just spoke about?
Everything.
Everything?
Everything, yeah. Every single thing about me has changed. There's some parts of me that think back and go, oh, I was always like that. I was always rebellious and I was always outspoken and loud, but it's a different version of me now. It's like a brand new person every year and I learn something new every year and it adds to the new person I am. So honestly, I think in a week's time I'll be different. In a month's time I'll be different. In 10 years I'll be completely different again. So it's actually the most exciting thing about life is that you change all the time.
I love that. Of course, Supersonic India.
Yes.
So you must tell me some of your craziest tour experiences.
Yeah.
And of course, how does it truly feel to be on that stage, in that epicenter of everywhere, where everyone's looking at you, gawking at you? I want to know, how's the true rock star feeling?
Well, when I actually think about it, it freaks me out. Because,
really?
Yeah.
Am I sort of triggering you in any
No.
way? Okay.
When I think about everyone looking at me, it is scary. But before I go on stage, I do my hair and makeup and I just have a moment and try not to think about that. And when I go out, it's like I feel calm. It's so odd because people would think the opposite and think when you're on stage it's just crazy. But that's actually, when I'm off stage, I feel like this. And when I'm on stage, I feel like this. So
that's wow.
Yeah, it's like the most amazing feeling. And especially when you're in other countries that don't speak or English isn't their first language and they're singing your songs back. It is the highest high you can ever imagine emotionally. So yeah, it is amazing. It is the best thing ever.
Oh, fantastic. So do you, like I said, do you remember the craziest tour experience ever?
Yeah. I mean,
You do?
I have a couple things. I mean, I knocked my tooth out on stage before.
You knocked your tooth out on stage?
Yeah.
Now I have to know the story. You just told me that. I have to ask you, what happened?
So I was in New York, in America, and I was doing a duet with someone.
Okay.
And he has crazy dance moves that you don't know what is going to happen next. And I had the mic to my mouth, and he hit the mic into my mouth, and my front tooth just split in half, and it went into my mouth, and I was like, my tooth's just come out. So then I ran off, went upstairs, looked in the mirror, took the tooth out, and then looked at myself and was like, I look pretty good. And then went back downstairs and finished the show. So that was kind of crazy.
I want to wake up tomorrow with your confidence, Anne. I love that. I think everybody should wake up with that kind of confidence.
I think you should too.
You should too. Okay. We're going to try, Anne.
Yes.
We're going to try. Here we have some fun questions.
Cool.
Anne, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Of course, since you're performing on Supersonic, tell us about your on-stage rituals. Before going on stage rituals, of course, and what are the must-haves that are there in your vanity van, per se, or the tour bus?
I have to have a jigsaw puzzle.
I'm going to ask her why. But
or Lego, because that calms me down.
okay.
I also love to have like bread and a toaster, so I can just make a bit of toast and a cup of tea. That's like, makes me feel at home. And then just before I go on stage, I have to do like a 360 spin whilst looking up at the ceiling just before I go on. I don't know why. It must be an OCD thing.
But I mean, if it works for you,
Yeah.
You clearly are the one who completely calms down on stage, so it's working.
Yeah.
For I think any artist who's performing, maybe you could try some of this.
Yeah.
A 360-degree turn.
Yeah. Yeah. And some Lego. Try it out.
That is so, like, I'm sorry, but that is so interesting. I've never heard these answers. I love it. Okay. Of course, craziest fan experience.
I think it has to be with tattoos. So I have like words written on me.
Yes.
These are from all my friends of what they've taught me in life.
What is that one?
This?
Yeah.
Go gently.
And this. And the little girl.
Oh, this is just a balloon head.
So cute.
It's cute. I think these are like what people know of my tattoos, of like words that help you or inspire you or keep you going through a certain situation.
Sure.
Like if I'm being hard on myself, I look at that and it says go gently. Or I look at this and it says don't panic. So in situations I can just look at that and it calms me down. So a lot of my fans ask me to write their tattoos for them. Oh. And it's kind of nerve-wracking because I know it's going to be on their body forever. And I know that it's like in the moment. So they're like, write me a tattoo now. And I'm like,
you don't know what to do?
So I'm like, please, if you think it's bad, don't get it, just because. So I guess the tattoo thing is kind of crazy because it's on them forever. So it's like I'm with them for the rest of their life, and it's really beautiful.
Absolutely, and I also understand the fact that you're a little nervous because it's a huge responsibility, right? Like you're deciding for them what's going to be there forever. But I think it's also beautiful, like it sort of connect in that manner. And an artist you want to collaborate with, can't wait to collaborate with.
I love Khalid. I love Alanis Morissette. I'd love to work with Ed Sheeran more. Yeah, loads of... I mean, I love collaborating with people and writing music with people because I think on your own it's like really therapeutic, but when you're doing it with other people, it's really fun.
Yeah.
and two brains or three brains coming together is like a really cool combination. So
There's some good names.
yeah.
You're putting it out in the universe. Make it happen.
Yeah.
A rumor about yourself that makes you laugh.
That my dad is Irish.
Yeah.
He's not Irish.
I wonder how that started though.
I have no idea. I don't know where that came from, but I remember being on Irish TV and the presenter was like, "You're one of us. Your dad's Irish." I was like,
Oh.
and then I just had to pretend, and then I felt bad, and then yeah, now it's just a thing that my dad's Irish, but he's definitely not Irish.
You're the nicest person. You didn't want the other person to be embarrassed or something.
Yeah.
Listen, if I've done anything wrong, information here, and I won't feel
You
bad,
haven't.
please feel free to correct me.
You haven't.
Not yet.
No.
I know you're not Irish. Whew.
Yeah.
That was a close one. But how nice of you. You didn't want to embarrass her. But ladies and gentlemen, she's not Irish.
No.
You're like, no.
No.
Okay. A song from your album that you're really proud of.
I am proud of, well, all of them, but one in particular is called Perfect to Me, which was on Speak Your Mind. And honestly, I just wrote a song with like all of my insecurities in one song and said to myself, these are the things that I'm insecure about, but I'm gonna love myself like no matter what. And I thought that no one would relate to it because it was so specific to me. I thought I was the only one who felt that way. And then as soon as I released it, everyone was like, I feel like that too. That happens to me when I do that. And I was like, no way. So now it's like my favourite song to perform live because knowing that I thought I was alone. And then to know that people feel the same way makes me feel so much better. So when I perform that, it's like a special moment for me.
But that's fantastic. I think that always sort of makes you feel as an artist also fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
What has been the craziest or the funniest comment from your fans that you got about your song or about you?
I had a comment earlier about Friends, and someone said they wanted to sing Friends to their belly fat. And I was like, yeah, I want to sing it to my chin as well. So
God.
I have this good chin coming. I always have this chin. So yeah, that was kind of funny. I mean, my fans are so lovely that I feel like I never get like negative or like funny, weird comments. It's just always so
Funny.
lovely. So
I feel like you've also owned, body positivity in such a beautiful way.
Yeah.
Because, like all of us, we go through body image issues. And I think your fans also appreciate that you brought that forward through your own experience, isn't it?
Yeah. I think, you know what? You're given your body and you have to live with it forever. And I think that what made me change my perception of my body was that it wasn't a product.
Yeah.
It wasn't like something that I can mold into. I mean, you can with surgeries or whatever, but at the end of it, your skeleton is your skeleton. And I feel like your body helps you walk, it helps you run, it helps you dance. It's your home.
Yeah.
So I think after a while of not liking my body for so long, I now you have to accept it and you have to actually find it beautiful. The differences that you have are the beautiful thing. Yeah. When you look like everyone else is boring. So when you have a difference in yourself, you have to celebrate that.
So well said. High five. Love that. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Okay. Now I must ask, if you got this opportunity, so you're putting it like hypothetical question.
Yeah.
If you had the opportunity to talk to the 18-year-old AnneMarie who started off at some point, what would you tell her today and why?
I would tell her to keep being opinionated, keep speaking your mind, don't be scared, don't be nervous, and live your life for you. Make your own decisions. Don't make a decision based on other people or what they might think of you, because then you're living your life for other people and that's just the wrong way to live. So yeah, I think it would be that.
Fantastic. Great advice to give. I think at that time you don't realize how much you need this advice, right? And because you're talking about advice, I must ask you, who's that person from the music industry, that singer who you go to for good advice?
I think it's probably mostly Ed Sheeran. Yeah, but all of them really have been so lovely. That everyone I've collaborated, everyone I've met, it's been like David Guetta is really lovely, Marshmello is lovely. But I think Ed Sheeran, he is the person, if I have a question about something, I just ask him straight away.
Do you remember that advice?
I mean, the first bit of advice that he told me at the beginning was to always keep in contact with your parents. Because when you're flying around, my parents were like keeping up to date with me on my social media, and they just didn't know where I was, and they were like, oh, and then I thought, oh, they should be the first to know. So that reminded me that I need to keep in contact with them. But then other than that, I think when I'm like really stressed or if something's like playing on my mind, he's told me just like enjoy it. Enjoy every moment. Don't get too like down about stuff. You just need to keep going and enjoy it. Have fun.
Ed Sheeran does give great advice.
He is great.
He's good. Very, very interesting when you get that first paycheck. So what has been your first job and your first paycheck?
My first job was a karate instructor. Proper job. But my first job really was in musical theatre. I got my first paycheck when I was 6 years old.
Look at that.
Yeah.
You were so independent already.
Yeah.
You're 6 years old. That's a lot to sort of keep up with.
I didn't know it. I had no perception of it, and my mum just kept it. She put it in a bank for when I was 18, and I didn't have the money. But so that was that, and then I did karate instructor, and then the next one was touring, like music.
Wow, it's always special, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm a little sad because I could have continued this for some more time.
I know.
But you gotta go. What do we do?
Yeah.
But of course, I'll end it by asking you to tell a lovely message for all your Indian fans particularly, who I'm sure are very excited that you'll be performing for them at Supersonic.
Yeah, I want to say to my Indian fans, thank you so much for all the support, because I have never been here before and it feels like I have been here because of how much love that you give me. So I want to say thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the shows that I do. Hope you enjoy the new music. I'll be releasing a new album. So I'll be back as soon as possible. After this trip, I'll be back to perform more and see you all again.
I love that. That's a promise. You said it here.
I promise.
I'm going to DM this to you, reminding you that you have to be back, and you said it. You're a woman of your word.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we'll have AnneMarie back here.
Yes.
And then we'll see. Maybe we can get a better trip of India then.
Yeah. Longer
one. All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
doing
you.
this. You're awesome.
Thank
and
you.
Honestly, this feels like great. I feel like I have learned so much about you, and I want to sort of remember this. So thank you. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, you're great.
Thank you. So it's lots of love to you.
Lots of love.
And once again, we are super excited to see you at Supersonic.
Me too.
And all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.